When we arrived, we were anxious to explore Anacapa, but stopped first to take in the magnificent scenery as we watched the boat pull away from the harbor. As we got started on a hike, the first thing we encountered were gray baby seagulls that had hatched earlier this spring. Home to the largest breeding colony of western gulls in the world, juveniles were everywhere, pestering moms for food.
This is an amazing park, in part because half of it's underwater. It's out of sight. You can't see it. People can't get to it. It's a foreign environment. It's a really strange place. We're just looking out at the top of it. It's just the surface of the sea, flat and blue, nothing changes. But under the surface is a giant forest of kelp plants that grow as much as 2 feet a day on days like this. Bright sun, lots of nutrients. And this forest is like a rainforest in the sea. It supports 1,000 species of large plants and animals. It's the biodiversity of Southern California the way it used to be. So between the islands and the ocean, we've protected a little remnant that we can pass on to the next generation.
As we made our way along the trail, we noticed a variety of wildflowers that caught our eye. But nothing prepared us for the magnificent view we were about to take in as we came over the top of the ridge. From this perspective, we could see that Anacapa is actually made up of several islets. Then, as we looked out in the distance below us, we could see that the rocky shores of Anacapa are also perfect resting and breeding areas for California sea lions.
There is so much wildlife on the Channel Islands, and the reason for that is because of this interface of these isolated islands and the productive Pacific Ocean waters just offshore. And the isolation of these islands makes them just perfect for seabirds, for nesting, for hauling out, for reproducing and having their young. And a small place like Anacapa is particularly important because of the lack of predators and the lack of disturbance. Seabirds are actually able to nest on the ground and to safely raise their young, provide food for them, and also actually even provide access for the public that's able to enjoy these wonderful seabirds.
Then we came to a part of the island known as Inspiration Point. True to its name, the view was extraordinary. It was hard to believe we were just miles off of the California coastline. We had entered into a completely different world, one that many refer to as the Galapagos Islands of the United States. On the way back, we saw a side-blotched lizard soak up the afternoon sun and more baby seagulls stretching their wings and awaiting their next meal. We headed for the harbor to catch the underwater program designed to provide visitors a window into the ocean world without getting wet.